What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. In today's episode we will be opening our monthly rewards. They will be right at the end of the episode and hopefully you stick around for the main portion of the episode before the monthlies. Yeah, you'll see. Now what you're seeing at the start is me claiming the weekly rewards. We're not opening the weekly rewards today. We get a Jumbo Rare Players Pack, 100,000 coins, which is obviously nice, and one Premium Team of the Week pack. The reason why we're not opening them yet is for the 100k pack, I want to save it until all of the Team of the Year in packs at the same time. It's unlikely we'll pack a Team of the Year, but I want to give myself the best chance. And for the Inform pack, because of the two SBCs that are out throughout Team of the Year, all of the informs from this week and from last week are stupidly cheap. For example, Willian, if you remember guys, I bought for 270 and sold for 320. His price did eventually go up to 350, and then because of those SBCs, Willian is now currently sat at 240. So made good money off of selling him, and the same with my Lukaku. I think I sold my Lukaku for like over 400k, and he's now 300k. So there is some very good, just some nice stuff there. You know, some nice sales from me. And then in relation to this week's Team of the Week, one of the highest rated, or the highest rated, is Gonzalo Higuain. He's 91 rated, and he's 320k. His Team of the Season is going to be like a 97 rated card, and it's going to be unreal. But the Team of the Week in general this week, you know, Higuain at 320, that Inform Eriksen at 260, which is actually cheap as you like. There is not another single player worth more than 100,000 coins. So if I were to open my triple Inform pack, and let's say I even got average luck. Let's say I pulled Casemiro, because he's 84 rated, Shawcross at 84 rated, and Piquini at 81 rated. That's a decently average, you know, Inform pack. That would get me a total of like 60,000 coins. Of course, I could get lucky and pack Higuain or Eriksen or Isco at 70k or Perisic at 80k. But the likelihood of me of hitting one of those dudes is slim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the new Team of the Week comes out on Wednesday and open my Inform pack then straight away at 6 p.m. If the packs are, obviously if the Team of the Week is good, that'd be great. But regardless of whether it's good or not, I should get good value for the rewards because I'll have 3 instant brand new players. Like I could potentially get some of the first ones on the market. Now obviously a lot of other people may have done the same sort of thing as me, so it might reduce the price slightly. In which case, if it's not an exceptional Team of the Week, if it's just like an average Team of the Week like the one we got now, I may well save it till the next week, the same as the next rewards. Because for me now, it is about driving my coin value up, my coin balance up, to be able to pick up some of these Team of the Years. You know, PK is already down at about 500,000. Dani Alves is about 600k right now. Marcelo's like 800k. Ramos too expensive still. Modric is expensive. I could afford Modric. He's like 1.4 mil. I'm hoping over the weekend he goes down to under 1 million coins, and at that point I will pick up Modric, Marcelo, and probably Dani Alves. Somehow fit them into the team. Maybe go and buy ourselves Ramos and such, and then it will be like the aim will be working towards and gearing towards trying to afford Blue Ronaldo, Blue Messi, and Blue Suarez somehow. I want to get lucky. I need to get lucky. I need some luck. I'm not going to lie. I need some luck on my side to get the good informs, to get the high rated blues. I don't mind starting off with Modric, Marcelo. Might not go for Dani Alves straight away because obviously I've got Hector Bellerin. Modric, Marcelo on that left hand side. Modric will be on 8 chem. Marcelo will be on 10 chem. That would be great. I don't mind Modric on 8 chem. You know, his stats, in fact, we're going to look at chemistry a lot today. But his stats in general with Luka Modric on 8 chem, I would apply probably, he doesn't need dribbling boosts. He doesn't need passing boost. I would probably apply a Hunter card or a Hawk card to him. So with a Hunter card, it boosts his pace and shooting up nicely. He becomes such a well-rounded player. Some people would want to build his physical up, so a Hawk in that instance would be good. It would build his physical up a bit. He's just got such a good card anyway. doesn't really make a difference what you put on him. You can put Catalyst on him if you want. You can put Maestro on him. You can put Engine on him if you do want to boost that dribbling to 99. Like, there's an amazing amount of options for what you can do. And even on 8 Chem, he still gets an absolutely obscene boost. To the point where he will just be head and shoulders better than any midfielder we've got. So I definitely don't mind picking up Modric and playing him on 8 Chem until we can change the team around significantly. Alternatively, I can quite happily put regular Sergio Ramos in at left centre-back with Marcelo and Modric. They all get 10 Chem. De Gea in at goal. Then it becomes difficult, and this is where I start sacrificing, because I can put Smalling at centre-back and Bellerin at right-back. At that point, I need either an English or a Man United centre midfielder. Obviously, I don't really want to go back to using Rooney. I've moved on from him, but I wouldn't mind using, or if Rooney gets an SBC for being Man United's top goal scorer, I'd use him. Other than that, I would want to use Pogba, and Pogba right now is crazy expensive, like 600k. So I wouldn't want to use Pogba because he's too expensive. And also at that point, by using Pogba, I've then got a stupidly attacking midfield, which is something that served us poorly going into weekend leagues gone past. We've always been most successful when we've had a strongly defensive-minded midfield. So there's a lot to think about, a lot to do. Like, I could put David Luiz in at right centre-back, Hector Bellerin, and then what am I thinking of? No, I wouldn't need. I would be alright with Smalling, wouldn't I? Because he'd get 2 off De Gea, 1 off Bellerin. Oh no, yeah, I could just put Smalling there. Smalling, De Gea, and then Bellerin at right back, and Chan at right centre mid, Costa at central centre mid, and then my normal attack. Damn, that's solid. I might just do that. I might go get myself Team of the Year Luka Modric, Team of the Year Marcelo, regular Sergio Ramos. Eventually, we'll be able to start upgrading that regular Sergio Ramos to the Team of the Year Sergio Ramos, and maybe start getting Ronaldo into the team. But yeah, happy days indeed. Now in this draft that we're in, I let myself down a little bit here. I had a good game against this guy. I felt like I was a better player, but every shot he took so many long shots, and they just kept flying into the back of the net. I was getting so frustrated because I know long shots are overpowered anyway. But you would expect your keeper to save some of them. But in this game, this guy just put everything in. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. But that's the risk of draft. We did well up to this point. We've got 4 finals out of 5 drafts, 1 semi-final. In all 5 drafts that we played up to here, we'd got really good rewards, so I couldn't complain. We end up going out in the 3rd round, I believe that was. No, this was the 1st round, sorry. I lost in the 1st round here. So this is the first time I lost in the 1st round. And when you lose in the 1st round, it's a blow, because you know that you're going to end up getting shafted on coins if you don't get a good silver players pack. So this was basically, whether or not this was a successful draft would have been entirely dependent on whether or not I got a good silver pack. I got a jumbo premium silver pack, whereas I would have preferred a silver players pack, but I did get some good things out of it. Some good consumables that I can sell on. I think 1 or 2 players that were able to sell on, and 1 or 2 players that were able to store to the club. So things were pretty good. On that note, I guess, not too bad at all. But anyway, guys, I have got some comments. Some of these comments are from the video 2 videos ago that I didn't get around to answering, that I still do want to answer. So if you're thinking like, wait, hold on, that doesn't make any sense, it's because of that reason. The first comment comes from Dan Osler, says, "Hey Nep, are you going to try out the Informed Giroud?" I want to, but at the same time I don't want to. And the reason why I don't want to is because I don't want to start getting games and goals on him, and then like moving into FUT Champs, having to get rid of him because he just doesn't cut the mustard in FUT Champs, and then having a player that I've paid like 40k for that sits there on 3 games and 2 goals and then never sees the light of day. So like the honest answer is, if I don't pack him, I won't buy him. Interestingly enough, Giroud's having a good enough season to the point where if he does carry on with this kind of form and scores a good amount of goals in the second half of the season, there's every opportunity for him to get a Team of the Season card. So, he could end up getting a very usable card towards the end of the year if he keeps this kind of form up. Rafael Meyer says, "Hey Nep, how do you strike the ball like that? Your ball always goes on the floor. I can't do that. If someone knows, please comment here." It's very, very interesting to me how few people still know how to do the driven shot. The low driven shot, dude, it's super easy. You power your shot button, you power a shot like normal, before he takes a shot, let go of the shoot button and press it again, and then it'll do a low-driven shot. It is the most overpowered, effective way of scoring this year in FIFA. So it's definitely worth learning, even if you have to go to the FIFA skill games and learn it from there. Do that. Go to the shooting skill games, learn it through that, and you will just be a much better player for your troubles, no question about it. The next comment said when he put this the finisher card. Sorry, when he put the finisher card on Messi, I cringed, and that's talking about me putting a finisher chem style through the draft onto Lionel Messi 98 rated. The reason why I did that is actually very important. Because his dribbling's already maxed out, his passing's already maxed out, and his pace is already basically maxed out. Even though he has 99 shooting as a base card, he doesn't actually have 99 shooting. I was able to get 8 shot power and 3 long shots off of that finisher card, along with 10 jumping, 10 strength, and 10 aggression. It was actually a very wise chem style to put on, because anything anywhere else was also going to be maxed out. Like, unless you put a defending chem style on him, and which you don't want to do because defending is so low, it doesn't change anything, and his heading is 99 anyway in the defending category. The only effective chem style really would have been Sentinel, and then that's a waste in defending. It's a waste of extra stats. So I basically got the chem style that boosted his finishing stats, everything to 99 rather than just the key ones to 99. So it wasn't a cringe moment. It was actually a very wise choice of chem style. The next comment is from Frank. Bit of a long one here, so let's try and get through this. Hey Nep, love the work you put in and the views you were able to share with us about the very inconsistent game. An interesting question, as you would put it, is Team of the Year of Ronaldo virtually not worth his price tag due to released information now that we now possess about chem styles? Example, for 3 million less you could buy Ronaldo at striker and apply a Hawk chem style. This being applied, you're only dropping a maximum, depending on which chem style you apply to Ronaldo, of 5 in dribbling, 10 in physical and 14 in passing. And as you have previously mentioned, the increments of 10 on stats like physical won't be all that noticeable, and passing is pretty much irrelevant for a player like Ronaldo. Anyway, we'd love to hear your thoughts. I can't see the justification of 3 million coin difference in the two cards. You are right in that the extra value is not worth it. However, that 99 Ronaldo playing with him through draft, he feels considerably better than 96 Ronaldo. I think there's something to be said for the traits, the specialities, and the way the card is. If you compare the 99 Ronaldo to the 96 Ronaldo and compare them without chem styles and see where the extra stats are actually put. In fact, let's do it. Let's go on to FUT head real quick. Let's get up Cristiano Ronaldo. So the 96 Ronaldo, first of all, has 99 jumping and 99 stamina. Sorry, the 99 Ronaldo, which instantly gives him 3 more stamina than the 99. Now, you won't really notice 99 stamina to 96, but it could be a little bit of a difference. He's got 10 more strength and 8 more aggression. Now, the strength is pretty important, especially considering how low Ronaldo's balance is. So that strength becomes quite important. That extra bonus 10 strength could be quite important for sure. Obviously, it has 98 pace instead of 94, but like a chem style fixes that because the stat cap. I believe that very similar with shooting. Like he actually gets like way less shooting stats than the blue one, the 96. But if you did have a Hunter, he then becomes 99. So let's assume that Hunter is the chem style you give to 96 Ronaldo. You then go to 99 Ronaldo, and the dribbling is hugely different. The vision, the crossing, sorry, the passing is hugely different. The dribbling goes to 98 from 94, and again, the agility, like the reactions, the ball control, and the dribbling aren't that noticeable because his reactions are 99 anyway. His ball control is 95, his dribbling is 96. But the agility and the balance, which is again combined with the strength, is where I think the biggest difference is. So you get 65 balance and 92 agility on the black Ronaldo, and 67 balance and 96 agility on the blue Ronaldo, which because the pace and shooting of the blue Ronaldo is already capped out, you can basically improve the physical and dribbling attributes together. I think there's a chem style for physical and dribbling, isn't there? Or is there? Maybe there's not. Physical and dribbling. I don't think there is physical. Oh no, there isn't. Is there? There's nothing for physical and dribbling, but there is for, I think engine would be the one I'd go for probably on Ronaldo, just because it gives 10 balance and 3 agility. So what you're getting is a Ronaldo with the same shooting and the same pace, right? That's fine. And then you're getting way more passing with literally perfect passing compared to the black Ronaldo. You're also getting incredibly more dribbling and more balance and agility, which is massively important to the way he feels and how responsive and quick he feels. You're also getting that extra strength that makes up for the lack of balance. So overall, I agree with you that it's not worth the price tag. It's not worth the 3 million extra coins. But I don't believe that it's an unnoticeable difference. I do believe that it is a noticeable difference. And after playing with both of them through draft only, I haven't really touched them in regular FIFA. But the 99 Ronaldo feels just absolutely next level. He genuinely does. He feels so good that if I had the funds, if I could afford him now, if I could sell everything in this club and afford him, I would go and get him, because he is the difference. He is the difference this year, in my opinion, of course. George Cape says, hey Nep, not sure when it was, but either FIFA 15 or 16, there was a FUT database which EA released, which showed that players can show 99 stats, but in fact have higher. Example, Messi had 110 finishing on one of his cards in-game. How come it's capped on FIFA 17? Cheers. It was always capped, dude. What you're looking at, you're talking about the website, which is still there. You can still go and view it. It's basically like the in-game stats, like Foothead or Footwiz, just EA's own version of that. It's not as effective or as efficient or as well produced as what the websites have, but it's there nonetheless. Basically, EA actually tweeted out and commented on the fact that it was just a visual misrepresentation. So even though Messi's finishing said 110, that's just because that's where the ChemStars would have taken it to had should there have been a value over 99. But in actuality, it was still capped at 99. So although you would have seen that it would have said 110, it wasn't actually 110. It was capped at 99. It was just a visual error on the website. That's why it's now capped at. They actually fixed it in FIFA 15 when the issue had arisen. So just to clear that out for you. Cheyenne Gofrani says, Nep, I think you should play the draft as much as you want, as the entire point of Road to Glory is to progress as much as you can without spending money. Keep up the great work. Yeah, I don't disagree. I tried to steer clear of the draft because I know how easy it is through Draft to Glory of getting caught up in the hype of draft and this becoming basically what I didn't want was this to become a second version of Draft to Glory, because that would just be ludicrous. But because of how good I am at FIFA, and I'm not saying I'm out of this world, but as proven with these drafts, I've got to the final far more often than I haven't. I win the draft semi-regularly, and when I do badly, it's usually to the semi-finals. We've only had one first-round exit in like 8 drafts, which I think is pretty decent. Because of that, it's very easy to get caught up in the hype and just do draft, FUT Champs draft, and nothing else. And whilst that wouldn't necessarily be a hugely terrible thing, I would always want to save the packs for something reasonably interesting, and I think that bothers people. I think people don't like seeing you save packs. I see people all the time like, just open those packs now, get a defender. I see that kind of thing. So it's definitely something to think about, though. Definitely something to think about going forwards. Maybe start incorporating the draft a little bit more along with FUT Champs, because Divisions is just dead, let's face it. Divisions is a dead part of FIFA now. You've got draft, you've got FUT Champs, and you've got the FUT Champs qualifiers. They all offer rewards, like decent pack prize rewards, whereas Divisions and online singles don't. So definitely an opportunity to look to change up the series a little bit and grow the series in that instance. And then the last comment from that video was Jammy Jam 753. He says, how do you explain your job to friends and family? P.S. Been watching since Pro Clubs days. Keep it up. Interestingly enough, most of my friends are now YouTube personalities. Most of my close friends are now through YouTube. I still have obviously some real life friends, but this is a job that kills social life. Like, genuinely does, especially for a daily uploader like myself. For those that upload less frequently, this is a dream job for social life as well, because they get to go out partying Friday, Saturday and Sunday or whatever. And then, Monday through Thursday, they can work their butt off to produce the content that they need for that week. And then they can go out and party and have fun again. For someone like myself, who is not only a daily uploader, but a relevant content uploader, it's very difficult for me to, socialise in that manner. For example, Team of the Year right now, Friday at 6 PM, I've kind of got to be at my console, because if anything brand new comes to FIFA that's never been there before, I want to be the first one to upload it. That's how I get my views. So for me personally, because of that, a lot of my real life friendships have kind of dwindled a little bit. And a lot of my friendships now are through YouTube, like, you know, and I've met them all many times. Like you guys know, I've been to AA's house several times. I consider AA one of my just best friends ever. Not like just not just through YouTube. Like I consider AA like literally like family. Like, you know, I'm very, very close with him. I consider Bateson to be a great friend. Consider Miniminter to be a great friend. Zerka to be a great friend. Like and Fangs and Zwayback and basically everyone in that call that's all there. I would consider like good or great friends. And then there's a lot of acquaintances as well. By the way, we lost in the semi-final there, and we got a 25k pack and a 15k pack. That was solid. Yeah, there's a lot of awesome acquaintances that I've met throughout this as well. So although I socialise a lot, I don't have a social life. Or have a very poor social life. Let's not say I don't have a social life, because I do, but it's just not as good as I would like it to be. So for my friends, most of them know. And in general, the term YouTuber, which has now been added to the English Oxford Dictionary, it's more a widely accepted thing. Like I had the guy today here installing another internet line for me. And he was like, oh, like, what do you do? Like, because he obviously sees my office, sees like 3 monitors, a huge computer, you know, some nice tech gear. And he's kind of like, what do you do? And I said, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And normally, like a year ago, I'd say I'm a YouTuber, and people were like, a YouTuber? And even 2 years ago, you'd be like, oh, I upload videos to YouTube, and they'd just be like, he's weird. And this guy was like, oh, like, what area of YouTube are you in? I was like, I'm in gaming, like, you know, play FIFA. And he's, oh, I play FIFA a lot. And then we had a discussion about it, and he just knew what it was. He understood it. So I think it's a lot easier these days to kind of explain to people, because the social media bubble is ever growing, and it's just you know, it's there, it's real. So my family, that like I don't think my mum really understands nor cares to understand. She just doesn't really get it. She doesn't really, like, she uses Facebook on the internet, and that's about it. My dad likes to try and understand, but he gets it wrong every now and then. And like I remember the first time I ever hit 1 million views in a month, way back when. Like, we're talking like FIFA 12 probably. You know, I said to him, like, Dad, I hit 1 million views this month. And obviously I run pubs, and my dad run pubs, and next thing I'm hearing is, like, you know, word going around the pub that I've got 1 million subscribers, and I'm like, no. So I think my dad's a lot more savvy to it now. I've also got a 13-year-old brother, sorry, turning 14 this year, and he's super into YouTube. He likes a lot of the Minecraft guys, and he likes the sidemen like Vicstar. He's a big fan of Vicstar, my little brother, and a big fan of like Dan, TDM Dan. And so I think my dad's just like really kind of got into the scene a bit more, which is nice, because it leaves me less explaining to do. But thank you for the continued support. Now on to these the last video's comments. The video that I got, oh no, wait, actually this would be 2 videos ago, because I pre-recorded another video. Wow, we're way behind on the comments. So yeah, hopefully this is still relevant for right now. Most of it is, I'm sure. Denny's 1905 says, Nepo, you keep bringing up how you got elite with a 30k team, but the thing you forget is back then your opponents also had a 30k team. Now they have a 200 coin to 1 mil team, and I'm almost 100% sure you're going to have a hard time with the 30k team, or the same team today. I'm not saying you're a bad player by any means, but maybe you could rebuild that team and take it into FUT Champs and see what you do. Maybe prove us that team isn't anything. I never say team isn't anything. Again, like people have got to stop twisting my words and taking what I say out of context. I'm saying team isn't everything. I'm not saying team isn't anything. If I use that exact same team, I still think I'd do well. I still think I'd get gold 1. But what you got to remember is that everything is relative. Like you say, those guys that used to have those 30k teams now have 200k 1 mil teams. Because of how easy it is to generate coins this year, me taking a 30k team into FUT Champs would just be hurting me for no reason. I think AA proved that you can do it with cheap teams. He got 30 wins with his Road to Glory team, and it was garbage team. What I'm saying is that for the 100 millionth time, is that your team isn't everything. You can have a 30k team. You genuinely, even now, you can still build a 30k team now that will serve you well. It won't be as good as a 200k team or a 1 million coin team or a team that has those elite tier players, but it will still be good. It will be effective. It will be efficient. It can still get you a good amount of wins. I would honestly say the difference between having that team from back then and this team now is probably only 3 to 4 wins the week. The rest of it is me learning the game and becoming better at the game. You know, for 30,000 coins, you could put together a really solid team. And the reason why I'm not going to do it is because I'm not going to purposely hamper my chances to try and prove a point. And like, it would just be illogical, because I would finish with less wins, because that's what I'm saying to you. It's not everything, but it is something. I would finish with less wins, undoubtedly, and then people would be like, I told you couldn't do it with a 30k team, even though I would still get a considerable amount of wins. As I say, in my honest opinion, I would get at least 23 or 24 wins, probably gold 1. If I didn't get 25 wins with that 30k team that I had before, I'd be very surprised. Because it is mostly due to player skill. You know, it doesn't matter that they've got 200k teams now, because if they're not good enough on the sticks, I'll be able to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's all that matters. So yeah, I'm not gonna, like people always say to Bateson, why don't you play FUT Champs with a 100k team, or without your legends, without your Ronaldos, without your this? Why should he? He needs to give himself every edge. It's like the team is like so minimal. Like player skill is like 95%. Understanding the game mechanics is like an extra 2 or 3%, and then the team is the final 2 or 3%. So if you're at 98% and somebody says, here's the extra 2% for you, you're never going to say no. Like, who's going to say no? No one's going to say no. I hope you understand. Like, I don't like to try like repeat myself every single video, but I really feel like people just don't understand the concept of what I'm trying to get across. What I'm saying in a nutshell is that team is important, but it is not the most important factor. Player skill and knowledge and understanding of how the game works is far, far more valuable than just having a great team. And that is in a nutshell what I'm trying to say. Next up, we've got Troy says, do you ever want to take your account that you've spent money on in FUT Champs instead of Road to Glory account? Honestly, no. I love this Road to Glory account. I'm so proud of what I've achieved on this, which is weird because it's just a video game. But yeah, what I've done, what I've earned, what I've achieved through this account is nothing short of magnificent. And I wouldn't want to not take this account now to FUT Champs. I want, at the end of the year, at the end of FIFA 17, when FIFA 18 is coming around, I want to be able to look at this account and have something that people would have just never ever thought was possible. You know, I want to have that Team of the Year Ronaldo, that Team of the Year Suarez. I want to have like a full stacked out 95 rated player in every single position. I want to have millions of coins in the bank. I want to have a top 100 FUT Champs finish. I literally want to look back on this at the end of the year and go, hey guys, look at what we did with absolutely no money spent, because it will make me feel good, and hopefully it'll make you guys feel good. Nick Gill says, hey Nep, do the coaches actually do anything beneficial for your team, or should they just be discarded? They are relevant up to 50%. If you use consumables, they're relevant. If you don't use consumables, or if you just buy a lot of packs so you have like infinite consumables, they're not really that relevant. But they do something. I don't have enough time in the video to explain in detail what they do, but they can be useful for you, absolutely. Osama El Alami says, you've been mentioning LOL a lot recently. Do you play? I used to play League of Legends a lot, man. I just got too caught up in it. I used to literally like rush videos back in like FIFA 14, FIFA 15. I used to rush my videos and play League of Legends for 8 hours a day. And it wasn't healthy for my lifestyle. It wasn't great for my relationship with my girlfriend. And it wasn't good for my YouTube career, because it was all I was focusing on. So I had to uninstall it. And I started playing like a game that was easier to put down. I started playing Diablo a lot more. I used to play Diablo all the time anyway, but I started playing Diablo a lot more because it's the sort of thing where it's like, if I've got something to do, I can just pause it and come back to it another time, another day, later on that day. But with League of Legends, you could be in a game for up to an hour, and the time just goes. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you want to play a couple games of League of Legends? Well, that's 3 hours of your life gone. It just wasn't healthy. It just wasn't healthy. Amir Melagi says, hey Nep, do you think EA could release any Team of the Year card like Griezmann or someone who really deserved an SBC with some crazy requirements, or it's just not possible? I would love to see it. I just don't think I don't think they will do it. I think it is possible. I don't think they will actually do it, which is sad, because they had a huge opportunity this week to give us some crazy SBCs. You know, for example, trade in a 90 rated team for a guaranteed Team of the Year untradeable pack. You're likely going to get Marcelo, Cruz, PK, or Dani Alves, but trading in a team worth, you know, 200,000-300,000 coins for an untradeable Team of the Year, why not? Or just as a one-time thing, not a repeatable thing, trade in a, you know, give like the Player of the Month, give 4 things to do, really expensive, so it costs like 400, 500, 600k, and you get an untradeable team of the year, a random one. That would have been great. But anyway, guys, we're about to jump into the lives and get the monthly rewards. That was the end of the gameplay. I will be right back. So guys, as we go out of this video, the monthly rewards are here. Now let me tell you guys something. It is very, very, very likely that this will be very disappointing. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I worked hard to get to Elite 1 for the month. I finished only about 12 wins outside the top 100. And basically, I've put in a lot of effort for this. So if I seem ungrateful, it's not because I'm not happy that we get these and they're fun cards and stuff. It's simply because I put in a lot of work to get these prizes. And the sad part is, because this December was a 5-week period, there's 5 weeks of Team of the Week players, and there are a lot of 81 rated players, meaning I could genuinely get a pack with 12 81 rated. That purple kit is nice. That elite kit is pretty good, not going to lie. Gold kit I don't like particularly, but the elite kit is good. So yeah, there is a huge amount of 8 low rated players. I've seen somebody's 44 pack and they got an 87 rated as the highest player in a 44 pack. So with that in mind, I'm not expecting anything out of this. Like previous months, I've been like, give me a usable player, this and that. But this time around, I will be happy, I'll be elated, let me say, with any decent card. And I mean any decent card, because it's very likely that we're going to get a whole bunch of 81s, 82s and 83s right here. So let's see what we get, guys. Boom. It's not a walkout. That red flare is nice. It's going to be Nangolan. That's really good. That is really good. Remember when I packed his regular one and I sold it? I'm glad I've got that one back now. That's a solid reward. Let's see who else we've got in there. That's nice, guys. Oh, Reed as well. That's sweet. I mean, there's a lot of crap in here. Let's not beat around the bush. I'll never use him. I've got his inform. I packed his inform. I packed Vossen's inform. I packed his inform as well. Bernadeschi there is garbage. Dante is garbage. Hilton is garbage. These 3 aren't bad. Let me tell you. I mean, Reed will be in my team. So I've earned coins off of this, because now I can sell my inform Reed that I also packed. And in fact, we can place Reed straight into the team. So he goes in at that centre-back slot instead of the inform Reed. So we pop him in there. Boom. We've now got 2 red cards in the club. We've also got 31,000. I'm going to wait until the player of the month is out, because his inform price might go up. So we'll send him. We'll send Reed to the club for now. And yeah, that, like, this silver, I'm never going to use this card per se, but that's not a bad card. This card, however, that's a nice pull. That is a nice pull. Even if I use him as a super sub, that's fine. But I'm able to fit him into a team one way or another. I'm sure I am. We used him in a team before. I've got Hazard, so I could easily use him in a team again. Yeah, that's that, guys. So that, guys, is my monthly rewards. Tweet me your monthly rewards. I'm really happy with that. We've got a 500,000 coin player there in Raja Nangolan, so can't complain. This, though, guys, will be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.